So hi, I'm Renee Bohr with my client, John Ginganet, who is the president of Rental Max here in Chicago, Illinois. And John, I just want to thank you for carving time out of your schedule to tell us a little bit about Rental Max and what the company is, what it does, and just ask you some questions about, how you've navigated, you and your team have navigated the last 8 to 10 weeks as we've gone through this national crisis.
Rental Max is the largest general equipment rental company in the Chicagoland area. We have 8 locations. We've been in the market since 1997, and we are focused on serving everyone from subcontractors to industrial businesses, those that are established and those that have high standards for the value of the equipment, for safety, and for their time.
So we've been working together for about a year and a half. And
that's right.
Yeah. And so, there's been a lot of learning on both sides, right? Sometimes I learn as much from you as the other way around. So I'm all in the learning. But reflecting back over the last, say, 8 to 10 weeks, we're sitting here in mid-May. What have you learned about yourself just over the last couple of months?
I've learned that, number one, it's okay to slow down a little bit and really think big picture and to focus on what's most important. You get into the grind, you get into, you're focused on, what you have to get done that day. And this, this situation with COVID-19 and the pandemic moved so quickly that, it really challenged me and it challenged our team to focus on what's most important and to make critical decisions based on the information that and then tomorrow we also just understanding that information is probably going to change a little bit. And so I feel like I learned that I'm able to adapt, that I'm able to think outside of what I think I know, that I am very comfortable leaning on others that I work with to help lead in times of crisis, and that I also think I learned that I need to focus more on my family, and not lose sight of the bigger picture, which sometimes is easy. It happens too easily.
You mentioned your leadership team. How has EOS helped you and your leadership team?
We really didn't. We didn't panic, right? We were able to stay calm. We were able to really just do what we were used to doing in identifying what the issues are, and truly what the issues are, discussing those as a team and coming up with the solution. And so the IDS process and mentality that that we're used to has, number one, that really helped us, especially at the beginning, because there were so many unknowns at the beginning, and knew that we were going to have to change, but we just didn't know exactly how. The meeting pulse, we have the weekly L10 meeting pulse throughout the company, and just having that established, I think really helped us, because we obviously continued to do that, but we also, at the beginning, decided to have a daily leadership team meeting pulse, because the situation was changing so much and so quickly. And we also did that with our store managers, and that really helped take our leadership team strategy, decisions, et cetera, down to the store level, which really it was most important in this. So the meeting pulse really helped us. And then the scorecard. I mean, the scorecard was a huge piece of our leadership team, analysis of this situation, and made some changes to our scorecard and focused on some items that we normally wouldn't look at, because we were trying to determine what staffing levels were right, and it allowed us to continue to operate and really evaluate the business on a daily and weekly basis, because our goal was not to have to make any staffing changes, layoffs, et cetera. And we were able to get our stores back to full staff within about 6 weeks. So, so it really helped, those three components especially helped us navigate this situation.
Yeah. Have you guys thought about what would we do differently knowing that there's probably another crisis coming at some point? We don't know what that is. We might not know when it is, but would you do anything differently, or do you think you have a bit of a roadmap that you've established?
We had to think on our feet. Right? There was not a playbook or a roadmap, for COVID-19 and this type of crisis. But you're right. I mean, this is not the last one that we'll face, and I do believe we have a cohesive leadership team that will be together for a long time, and so we're going to face other challenges like this. There will be another crisis.
Yeah. So, John, again, I just want to thank you for taking time. It's really been a pleasure to spend some time with you here. So I appreciate it very much.
Oh, hey, my pleasure, Renee. Anytime. Thank you very much.